You've seen the green jar, O'Keeffe's Working Hands Hands Cream. It's the go to for dry, overwashed hands. Stock it by the sink, the bar, the dish pit. Support the hands that keep service moving. Visit o'keeffescompany.com/restaurant daily and use code NRN for 15% off your first order.
Sweet Tomatoes is alive and growing again. Noodles and Company is planning a potential reverse stock split, and Firehouse Subs is now in high growth mode. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, your quick download of the top news in the industry from the editors of Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News. I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally. Sweet Tomatoes may have been dead, but now it's alive and growing again. The once 97-unit chain that was liquidated in 2020 reopened a unit last year in Tucson, Arizona. Now the new owners are opening a second location in Fort Myers, Florida next year. Company officials say the Arizona unit is doing fantastically well, and like in Arizona, the Florida unit will reopen a former location, but with an updated design. It's not clear if more growth is planned, but company officials say they do not plan to franchise.
Noodles and Company has announced plans for a potential reverse stock split to shore up its stock price. The reverse split would combine shares, reducing the overall number of shares but increasing each share's value. The move comes as the fast casual noodle chain faces delisting from the NASDAQ stock market because its share price is below the $1 minimum requirement. Shareholders will vote on the proposal on February 4th, 2026, and the chain's board of directors will then have a year to decide whether to merge the shares and, if so, how many shares to consolidate into one.
Firehouse Subs is in, quote, high growth mode. That's according to Kelly Crummer, who is the chain's senior director of franchising. She said 2025 was the second strongest year for expansion in the chain's 30-plus years, driven by franchisee incentives, local marketing, and investments in technology and the menu. Firehouse is also working with a smaller prototype that trims 300 to 600 square feet from restaurants and is reconfiguring its kitchens to be more like assembly lines, which Crummer said makes the back of house calmer and quicker. On the menu side, we can expect a nationwide rollout of French fries by the end of next year to complement Firehouse's signature hot subs menu.
Taco Cabana has a unique differentiator in the competitive Tex-Mex limited service category because of its extensive history serving alcohol. However, as alcohol consumption has fallen in recent years, Taco Cabana has adjusted its strategy to also include a stronger focus on non-alcoholic beverages, such as its new Cabana Refreshers and Strawberries and Cream platform. The sales mix for both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages has grown since the pandemic, and the chain plans to press the gas on continued innovation and marketing in that category. In an interview, Chief Operating Officer Ulysses Camacho said, "Beverages are now a lead story for us."
Perkins American Food Company has named Matt Carpenter as its new president, bringing more than 40 years of experience to the role. Carpenter has served in various roles, including Chief Executive Officer of Tom's King Services, a major Burger King franchisee. He also has executive experience at Olga's Kitchen, Frisch's Restaurants, and Applebee's. His appointment comes on the heels of Paul D'Amico taking over as CEO of parent company Ascent Hospitality, and about a year after the chain rebranded from Perkins Restaurant and Bakery.
Panera is promoting the art of procrastination this season, so guests can circle back to it later, it seems. The fast casual chain on Tuesday is promoting its Circle Back meal, available exclusively on the app with certain to-go picks like the toasted Frontega chicken sandwich or the cinnamon crunch bagel, offering customers a chance to win a free sweet treat if they use the code CIRCLEBACK on January 5th to help ease the return to work. The idea is that consumers are procrastinating work until the new year. So Panera has partnered with various, quote, corporate culture influencers who will address this phenomenon unless, of course, they put it off until next year.
Procrastinating work until the new year? I've never heard of such a thing. And that will do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. Get the latest restaurant news every weekday wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Heather Lally.
And I'm Leanne Zinsmeister. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe.
You've seen the green jar, O'Keeffe's Working Hands Hands Cream. It's the go-to for dry, overwashed hands. Stock it by the sink, the bar, the dish pit. Support the hands that keep service moving. Visit o'keeffescompany.com/restaurantdaily and use code NRN for 15% off your first order.